My name is Miji, that's a Chinese name. And also I came to Canada, so I have the English name, just Margaret Lau. So mostly I like my Chinese name.
I'm Nancy Lau. I came to Canada when I was 10 years old, so I've been here for over 40 years now.
I was born in Taiwan, in the countryside. The name is Puli. Yeah, we have the good life in after we get married, right? And then after we just in the Taipei, so that's simple like a family life. Until the kids a little bit big, so I have the friend and the cousin. They mostly already in Canada. I didn't say okay, and I didn't thinking about the Canada. I just say because we are simple life in the Taipei. I say I'm not very interested in the start beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Because you wanna go to somewhere you don't know about anything, you know, in the life, so I just kind of like, you know, I just tell them, say, see what happened. We started uprise in 1972.
Okay.
Until 1975.
Okay.
Yeah, they just okay. They have the landing paper get us. So it's 1975. We came to Canada. It's 1975 October. October 25. Even I just in the airplane, in my mind, is empty. I just don't know, just want a safety for my children, in airplane, and until, I don't know, I just say on the plane, I say, why I have choose to over there. But only the one thing, I just say, in my mind, just say, okay, everybody just, in Canada, start the information, I just say, oh, Canada is, good country, and the big country, and also you want for children to school, they have got a good education. In Taiwan, it's small, but in the school, not that much. So it's a competition a lot. Oh. So that's why we try to, first of all, I want to come to Canada, just thinking about the children, their life, their school. Just kind of interesting because October was kind of a little bit cool, right? Mm-hmm. So we just say, oh wow, how come so cold? In the Taiwan right now, you still have the tree, anything. Mm-hmm. But here is October, how come no tree? And interesting, just building, because of the big, right? Mm-hmm. So building house, yeah, totally different.
I just remember coming to Canada with, when I came to Canada was in October. And I remember the first day, it was the following week, it was Halloween. And I remember looking out the window and see all these kids dressing up, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is that how we dress here? Because you don't know, there's no Halloween back home or anything like that. My memory back home is it was very busy. It was a lot of people everywhere, and it's crowded, And when I first came to Canada, it was the open concept, the open space. You don't see anybody. All you see is trees, the greens, the grass and everything. But when I was living in Taiwan, it's more people, bus, school, everything, right? Even for food, I noticed even when we first came here, we were living with relative first before my parents got their own place for us. It was at home we still cook. My parents still cook the Asian food, the Asian culture. And then, and I remember my memory was an apple. Believe it or not, it was an apple. Back home, one apple cost probably about $2-3 just for one. But here it was so cheap. We used to go apple picking and can eat. I mean, one day I remember eating at least 10 apples. It's so much easier for as a younger generation to adjust right away, So yeah.
Beginning the 2 years, that's so difficult for me, because you know why? my life changed, and I don't only the cousin, only the some friend here, right? But we can together every day. But in Taiwan, I can meet my friend, meet my cousin, meet my parents every day. You know, I just say because already here, so changing my life. But still, I have to get used to. Education board just tell me, say, if you interested, they have some kind of for you guys, you know, to school. One's more easy one in YMCA. If you go there, that's very simple for you, like a conversation is quickly. Mm-hmm. Or either you want to go to some kind of school, that's more difficult. But easy one, still you have they have the level 1, level 2, level 3, something like that. So I said, and they told me, say, when you get in the class, they have lots of people, lots of country come from here, so different. So your conversation, not just English. I said, oh my goodness. I try to learn English, so go there. I don't know who's there, you know. And the class, then I said, okay, I have to go. Still, I have to go, right? So I studied around like almost 1.5 years over there, YMCA.
But I think the big change for me was seeing my parents. That's the big drastic change, because for learn to learn English. And then we, like what my mom said previously, the life was good in Taiwan. You know, I knew I had a nanny, I knew we had a chef, and I knew like going to school with, or like some of them go to private school, and we you know, in general it was pretty good. So coming here and watching my parents, you know, it was hard for them, and especially for my dad too, like, you know, and you know, he owned a restaurant, he owns business back home, and coming here, not learning one word English, he was working at McDonald's as a night shift, you know, and that was hard to take. I think it was hard, but they held back, and I know it was a big sacrifice for my parents, because they're doing all for us. It's for the kids, because the school back home was harder.
In Taiwan, the friend, you know, my parents, and all of my life, you know, I just live. So I just say, if I go to Canada, I'm going to you know, my life. Mm-hmm. I just in the airport already, just in my mind, just like that.
It was just a language barrier. Other than that, like, you know, that was easier for me personally. When I was going to first day of taking bus, I met a girl on the street, and she was going the same bus as me. And she knew I didn't speak one word English, so she was always been my friend. After 40 years, we still are friends. Like, you know, so it's funny because we both are the same age, we both, you know, have kids the same time. So after over 40 some odd years, we're still friends, and we talk about it.
So in here, I just tell them, say, we came here, so we have to get used to here the life. Anything is totally different. Even the food. So, but we still cooking in the home is Chinese food. So, if you want to get a Chinese food, mostly that time only the Toronto.
Okay, so downtown Toronto.
Yeah, downtown Toronto, not a Scarborough. Yeah.
For Asian culture, fast food is more like a street food. You know, you go one section for dumpling, you go next section for chicken, like, you know, like fried chicken, you know, but it's different, it's all Asian thing. Compared to here, fast food is McDonald's, Harvey's, Burger King, stuff like that. The culture compared to when I back in the 70s to now, it's more Americanized. There's more like this Starbucks. We Chinese have lots of like weird culture, like start of Chinese New Year. For my memories in Chinese New Year's, and they go by the lunar calendar. So it's always around February or January in our calendar.
Whenever you're so busy or something, you have to come home or together. Because in the new year, another year coming, it's new, anything have the new.
Head to toe, you have to wear everything new. It's a new life, new generation. So we go visit people, visit relatives.
So we have to together, start a place.
One thing I know for fact would never change, it was hot pot. So for me, it's, hot pot, or you want to call it steamboat, is a family get together. We get together, we talk about everything, anything.
Yeah, in hot pot, you just put in something in the middle, right? So beside you can, what kind of food you can put it there. So anybody, whatever food like it, you can just cook it yourself.
You talk about your past, your future, your life, your new life, and that's what the hot pot is. And I know for Asian culture, it's all about food. The food is a big part of our life.
So hot pot is a timeless cuisine that's constantly evolving. As a kid, I always ate, just grab your ingredients, put it in the pot. It's all up to you, like whatever you like to eat. If you like to eat, so you like to eat pork, you put pork in, and it's really fresh because it's raw at the start, and then you cook it to your liking. And same goes with shrimp and scallops or beef. If you like rare beef, and you put it in for less. If you like well done beef, you put it in for longer. And it's all up to you, it's preference. It's depending on where you're from. So if you're from northern China, it's cold up there, so then you add more chilies to heat up. And there's also creamy from Japanese, where you can put it in the pot and then dip it in egg yolks after, and you just create your own sauce and go. As you add more ingredients, the soup gets more richer. You can add more vegetables if you like a more sweeter taste. You could add shrimp for more seafood flavor. And as you go, the liquid obviously reduces, and then as it reduces, you add noodles to finish the meal.
It's a broth that it's in the pot. It's round, so it's almost like a circle, and everybody get together, and it's a family get together thing, And then the hot pot is like, the way it's done is you can put the broth. The broth is in it. It's cooked 24, like all day long, and then food you put in it. But I think my memory for hot pot is all the family get together. We sit in a circle and we talk, and that's the biggest memory, like for me. It's like everybody get together. you have different generation that come all at once and they come together as a big family get together. I still go to hot pot, but in a restaurant. Like, it's in downtown Toronto or wherever you go. You look at online now, you can see everywhere has hot pot. Back then, hot pot is only very traditional. It only stays with the family. But now it's everywhere. You can have it 24, like all year round now. It's not just Chinese New Year.
But right now I'm happy for 40 years after. Right now I can tell you, I like this country, and I like my children, everybody have a good life. That's more important for me.